Hey guys, it's me Elisabeth. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing my October TBR video. So I'm going to be doing the Harry TBRtter board. We're going to be doing that for the month of October. There is one book that I'm currently reading that I started the other day that I'm going to put on this TBR. So if it fits one of the prompts, I will put it as that prompt. If it doesn't, then I'm just going to not do 6 books and just do 5 and keep that on my TBR, because the reason is because I started it and I really want to read it. I really want to read the whole book, but it's also an absolutely ginormous brick. And you will see that once I get into the game and we'll see how that goes. But basically that book is just staying on my TBR whether it fits one of the prompts or not. So let's just get into doing the TBR. I'm actually going to try and do this on my table so that I can put the board on there. And we have a change of game pieces because I may have broken doors. So I may have knocked George off of my shelf and he is now missing his bottom. I can glue this together and I will at some point, but for now he's broken. It is what it is. But I decided this would be a cool idea to use, and that is my little reproduction chess piece. I thought that'd be kind of fun to use as a game piece. I mean, obviously it's big like George. It won't fit the spaces, but that's perfectly fine. I think this will actually fit the space better than George, so that's exciting. So let's get into it. I've got my dice. I still need to get a spinner for this thing. Actually, I'm probably going to get this professionally printed on a game board so that it's not so huge and so that it's more professional and not a piece of cardboard. So maybe I won't get a spinner just yet until I get that. Okay, so excuse any background noise, but here is the board. Like I said, this board is pretty wonky, so that's why I want to buy another, like an official board that'll actually be nice, it could fold up and all of that. But this is what we're working with, right? This is the original board. So we're on space 4. This guy actually fits perfectly, so I might just use this permanently because he fits so much better than George. Okay, so we're gonna roll our dice. We got 3, so we go 1, 2, 3. That's blank space. Get one of these. This says Godric, read a book released in 2019. Somehow I did it. It worked. I'm sure there's other books. I don't know what other books I would have on my TBR. I'm sure there's something else that's better than this option, but I searched on my Storygraph publication year from 2019 to 2019 just to see if something would come up in there that I own, and this was the first thing that came up that I owned, so I decided to go for it. Well Met by Jen DeLuca. This is a romantic book. This is a rom-com, I think. Again, I don't read these type of books ever. I don't like romance books, but I bought this because of a booktube. Okay. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So far we haven't gotten any interesting spaces. We've only got normal spaces. Diagon Alley, a book from a finished series. This is kind of perfect because I can actually like finish a series, or not finish a series, but I can continue a series that I started. There actually is multiple options, I suppose. But this is the best option because it's the one I want to get to really soon. So we're going with Lord of Chaos by Robert Jordan, obviously. Wheel of Time, book 6. So yeah, I'm in the middle of Wheel of Time, taking my slow time with it. I've been listening to them on audio. I've listened to all of them so far on audio, and I'll probably continue on audio, we'll see, but I do own this one physically. Let's get like an interesting space already. Geesh. 1. That's not an interesting space. Okay, what's our card? Bellatrix, a book with a morally gray character or villain's POV. So this one was kind of easy. I don't have a ton of books with morally gray characters, and I definitely don't have any books with a villain's POV. But I do have Last Argument of Kings, book 3 in the Joe Abercrombie's books. First Law, that's the word I'm looking for. I still have yet to read Before They're Hanged, which is a book that I'm going to read this weekend. So I'm hoping to finish it this weekend, and so then I could put this on the TBR. Sorry, I rolled a 7 and I landed on an empty space. It didn't film when I hit film, so we're on this space. We didn't land on an interesting space. That Order of the Phoenix. Read a book with purple on the cover. For purple on the cover, I've chosen Little Women. I'm so excited for this one. Okay. 1 Hufflepuff's cup. I mean, I got an interesting space, but that just means I had to go back all that space. Pomona. Read a book that has green on the cover. I've chosen The Body in the Library. This has a little bit of green on there. I'm excited about this one as well. Let's 5 books that I chose, and then we have the 6th book, which didn't fit any other prompts, but I'm putting in the TBR because I'm reading it. So first we have a book released in 2019. For the book that I picked for that one was Well Met by Jen DeLuca. This is a rom-com centered around a Ren fair. And I don't like romance books. I don't like rom-coms, all that. But the reason I have this is because I heard someone that I watch and really love watching on BookTube talk about this, and it kind of intrigued me and made me want to go out of my comfort zone and just give it a shot. I'll probably hate it, I'm going to be honest, but I do want to give it a shot. Next, we have Diagon Alley, a book from a finished series. For that one, I chose Lord of Chaos, book 6 in the Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan. I have been wanting to read this book for a while now. I've been mostly listening to these on audiobook, but I do have this one physically, so we'll see what happens. I'll probably listen to this on audio though, because it's so much quicker, and it's a brick, and I have another book that I'm actually reading physically, and probably should be listening to on audio. So we'll probably listen to this one on audio, but it's part of a series that I'm reading. Next we have Bellatrix, a book with a morally gray character, or villain's POV. For this one, I chose Last Argument of Kings by Joe Abercrombie, book 3 in the First Law trilogy. I still have yet to read Before They're Hanged, but I'm reading it this month, so hopefully in October it will be finished and I can read this one. If not, I'll just read that and then read that one, but I'm listening to them on audio, so I'll probably listen to that one on audio as well. Next we have Read a Book with Purple on the cover. For this one I chose Little Women, which I am so excited for. My edition is this edition that has their names Meg, Jo, Beth, and Amy on it, and it's got some flowers and it's very purple. I am so excited because I have been wanting to read this. I put this on my fall TBR. I wanted to read this fall, and last night I was thinking, when I film this tomorrow, some of the books that I would love to get, and this is one of the ones that I was thinking about. So I'm so excited that I actually got this. I really want to read this. So I've technically read Little Women before, but I read it such a long time ago that I want to reread it. This is kind of like a reread, but I don't remember if I read the full book or if I read a children's version of the book. I know the story because I've read it and I've watched movie versions and stuff like that, but I want to read the book, the physical book, written by Lisa May Alcott, and I want to read this. So, and the last prompt was read a book that has green on the cover, Pomona, and for that I chose The Body in the Library by Agatha Christie. This is a Miss Marple mystery, and I kind of just chose this because the title, and then I read the back and it sounded interesting. I have 2 Agatha Christie books on my shelves to read. I want to read a bunch of her stuff. These books aren't mine, these are my mom's books, but it has some green on the cover, and I was really hoping to get an Agatha Christie book, and so even though it's not fully a green cover or something, it does have green on the cover. It works. I'm really excited. And then lastly, the book that didn't get generated in the game is the biggest book on my TBR, Oathbringer by Sanderson. I started reading this the other day, and I want to read this. I'm not going to read all of this in October, I guarantee you. This will not be finished in October because, have you seen this brick? It is a brick, okay? And I don't think it'll be finished in October, but I want to put this on my TBR so that I have an excuse to continue reading this and make my way through it. Will I finish it? Probably not. This thing is so huge. What the heck? But yeah, I'm hoping to read this. I'm hoping that if the other ones I did technically listen to on audio. First one I half read, half listened to the audio. The second one I listened fully on audio. This one I'm hoping to just read physically because I started reading it physically and I have it physically. And I have so many other books that I need to listen to on audio that it would be too much to add that as an audiobook as well. Because otherwise I probably would have put it as an audio. But I'm going to try and read this physically. I don't think I'm going to finish it in October, but maybe I could try and make my goal to finish it in November. We'll see. It's a huge book, and I already put a bunch of other huge books on my TBR. So hopefully I can get through some of these books. Again, my TBR videos are more of a suggestion and more of a I hope I can read all of these books this month. And not a 100% set end goal, because it's probably unlikely that I will finish all of the books. And there's also a small chance that I might change out some of the books like last month. So hopefully you enjoyed my TBR video. Hopefully this was fun. If you're interested in Harry TBRtter, I will eventually be making the board available for you to gain access to, I suppose. If you're interested in playing this game, I would love to make it purchasable. We'll see if that's a thing or not. I don't know. But yeah, if you enjoyed this, feel free to like, subscribe, comment down below, all of that. If you're into history, historical, fashion, or styling, check out my other channel, link below. I will see you in the next one, and I hope you have your own fun reading adventures. Bye.